Hey everyone, and welcome to the Week 8 review, Week 9 preview. As always, I'm the champ, Mr. Modest, Mr. James Harden, as I will now formally be known. Joined by Joel Gibson. How are we doing today, Joel Gibson?
Oh, we're doing all right, man. Cruising to another victory.
Yeah, I saw that. We'll get into that. I just want to touch on a little bit. Shout out to Steven. Great trade. One of the bigger trades that I can remember over the past couple years, at least for sure, at least the names that were included. I think we're both going to be very happy with how things work out with this. So, thank you, Steven. Great negotiations, and I love you, big fella. Moving right into the matchups, we have Modest at Simmons. Mr. Modest gave a thwomping to Simmons. Now, keep in mind that Simmons was a little injured. We both kind of used all of our cycles. I was without Aldridge. He was without Triple J. He kind of lost Robinson, and Shea didn't play for him this week either. Fox missed a random game for me. But look at those stats, Joel Gibson. Are you looking at those steals and blocks that I put up? Oh, also like 330 some odd rebounds. I'm putting up stats. I'm coming. And now I can shoot free throws. So it's going to be a real problem.
Just to correct you, 281 rebounds.
Nuh-uh.
Just want to deflate you a little bit.
No, sir. No, sir.
Double doubles.
You're looking at the wrong stat sheet, my friend. 332. 332. I have it right here.
My page is not updated.
I believe that it's not. I had 332 rebounds, 48 steals, and 40 blocks. I threw a 40-40 week at you with over 750 points. Now, keep in mind that...
I stand correct then. I guess my page is just not loading.
Correct. But, and keep in mind, I played man down this week, and without Fox, I'm just saying, look out. That's all I'm saying.
Impressive win for sure, but not as impressive if Simmons had been healthy.
I agree. He's going to get Wood back at least soon. It was tough for Mitch Robb with him. We don't know when JJJ is going to be back. He needs to get healthy quick. He has that East schedule coming up too. He'd hate to fall to like a 7-8 seed and have to play like me or Neiman first round. It might be a problem if that happens. Moving on, we had Neiman winning. Mason Plumlee is the one that closed the door today with the triple-double. It was close all week. I think Doug was actually winning at a point today. I did say that I would add a new installment to Doug, and I'm going to, so for Doug, because apparently I don't talk about him enough or give him enough credit. So this is going to be called How Doug Has Done This Week. Well, first of all, Doug, you didn't get 700 points. Let's see here. 250 rebounds is not bad. Free throws, pretty good. 73s. But the most important stat here I'd like to point out for you, Doug, is the big old L that you took this week. Despite me cheering for you, you still couldn't get it done. This has been what has Doug done this week. Shout out to Neiman. He also only has one loss. Anything on this one?
Neiman made another trade this week. Solidified his team. Who was it? He brought in Tobias Harris, yeah?
Correct, yeah. He gave up a second and two booty players, or two bottom players, if you will.
I also was just thinking today about how well it's panned out for him, throwing $8 down on a big old Al Horford. Al Horford. I can't talk today. But I thought that might have been a little much at the moment, but he's been like a second round value.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of defensive stats, definitely helping him out with his defensive stats for Al Horford. Of course, back-to-backs down the stretch. We have no idea how that's going to turn out, so I'll be paying attention to that. But no doubt he's been very good, and that spelled trouble for Doug this week. Doug's line is still nothing to be mess around with. He almost did a 40-40 on defense as well. So it is important to note that. He might have lost, but he lost to the number 2 team. So, or at least right now, based on record. Next one is going to be Kyle at Adam. I think Adam broke Kyle. I don't know what happened. Adam won the matchup, but apparently Kyle's just ready to throw in the towel altogether. He started out the season with 4 legitimate players. Unfortunately, lost Clay, and it's just been going downhill. I was watching the Brooklyn game when KD got that hamstring again. He came down on it funny. Who knows what's going on with that? But outside of it, like you mentioned earlier, he mentioned a fire sale, and there's not a lot of merchandise for this fire sale, if I'm being honest. So it'll be interesting to see which of the competing teams wind up with the, I guess, 1 or 2 good pieces. Anything on this matchup? Adam continues to roll, so.
Yeah, I'm just curious how high a draft pick Kyle's going to get for Taurean Prince. I'm getting.
Well, do you want to start the bidding, Joel Gibson? Are you throwing a pick out for Taurean Prince, or?
No.
Well, I just wanted to be sure. That's all. You seemed very excited about him.
No, that's just about all I had to add to Kyle's team. But good win for Adam. He's a pretty solid team. Both of the ball point guards are playing pretty well right now.
Yep. And just so I didn't say the new record, so I'm 7-1. Simmons is 5-3. Neiman is 7-1. Doug is 5-3. Kyle is now going to be 2-6. Ouch. And Adam is going to be 5-3 as well. So it's getting 6-2. I apologize, Adam. 6-2 for Adam. Next matchup is Steven at Matt. Now, I don't want to go too heavy into this, but Steven did not set his lineups again. It's really going to bum me out if I have to see Greek sit on the bench for the rest of the season, especially because had he just played Greek today, he would have beat Matt. If for no other reason than to bully Matt around, always set your lineups against Matt, okay? Yeah, that just sucks. This is the second time that Steven has sat a win. And it could be really different now if he were 3-4 or 3-5 going in. I mean, 3-5 right now, he'd be tied with Eric at the 8th spot. So with Greek, so it's tough. It's tough for me to see people that aren't going to set their lineups. But I know he's been very busy. I don't want to be hard on him because he was hardened on me. Pundit, yes.
That was tough. That was rough.
Steven moves to 1-7. Matt moves to 4-4. He's 500 now. Anything on this one?
You just hate to see Matt win. Anytime, anywhere, but it's really a bummer that Matt shouldn't have got the win and he did. That's about all I got to add to it.
Yep. Next one, moving on, is your matchup. We saved it a little bit here. You end up beating Eric. I don't know that there was ever really any doubt. Eric does put up like a decent line against you, but just no chance. Your assists have been insane. I think highest this week in assists for you?
Yeah, pretty damn high. My laptop just died, so I'm going to be winging it from here. But, yeah, just crushed, annihilated Eric. He said something earlier in the week about us having the same record after this. That was not the case. I'll be curious to see where I'm in your standings now.
It was certainly not the case. Eric moves to 3-5. You moved to 5-3. There's a nice little log jam going on in these rankings, especially out there in the East. I'm glad that I only have Cody left and I can leave the East. I want no more. I'm all done. I don't want any of it. Last matchup here was CJ at Cody. Cody ends up winning this one. No surprise. Your number one pick becomes very shiny. I don't think there's any way unless Steven somehow loses to CJ. Or at least the CJ pick will be the one that gets 12.
Almost undoubtedly.
Almost undoubtedly. It just depends if Steven sets his lineups. If he doesn't set his lineups, it's going to be a real problem considering he has a top 5 to 10 player currently on his bench. That's it. That's all. That's it and that's all. He doesn't have to. I'm just saying. With that in mind, we'll get to my rankings here. Record still is playing a big part here for me. Modest is still number one. Not only because he's 7-1 and has the tiebreaker against Neiman, but 5 of his last 6 opponents come against the bottom 5 teams. So I'm very excited about my schedule as we move forward. The only matchup that I'm concerned about right now is Neiman. I gotta win that matchup or hope that he loses. I don't want to go to like triple tiebreakers and whatever. Doug couldn't get it done for me. I'm hoping that maybe next week we'll see how it goes. Good matchups next week. We'll get to that. Neiman, number 2 at 7-1. Adam sits alone at number 3 at 6-2. Next are the 5-3s. I have them Doug, Joel, and Simmons. I wanted to move you up over Doug, but I don't want to hear him complain. And technically, he has a little bit better stats than you right now. We'll see. You're still pretty injured. You can at least give me credit for that. So Simmons is last in this list. He's injured. I don't know what's going to happen for him. But for me, the 4 and 5, you and Doug right now, very much up in the air, just for the record.
Fair enough. I'm gonna have to earn it. But I'm gonna get there.
Okay, I like the spirit. Next one is number 7, Matt at 4-4, right at 500, and then Eric at 3-5. Eric has a 1-game lead over both Kyle and Cody, who are next. Kyle 9, Cody 10. They are both at 2-6. And Steven and CJ round out the top 12 at 1-7. I think that they might have 1 week left before they are 100% eliminated. Right now, they're like 90% eliminated. But I think they have 1 week left where then we can officially say, yeah, you're not getting in. Yeah, better luck next year, fellas. We don't know what Kyle's going to do. Apparently, the bottom 4 teams are tanking. So yeah. Eric is likely going to make it in. And what a treat for him to have to play either me or Neiman at the 8 versus 1. That's going to be a rough one. Anything on the rankings in general? Any disagreements?
No, I think those are all fair judgments. I look forward to continuing to rise up those ranks, though. And my schedule's not too shabby coming up either.
I know, you and Doug, actually, and I even went to your next week's schedules because I was really struggling with this. I really was. You both play CJ and Steven, the 2 last teams next week, so there's not going to be too much of a change unless somebody gets more injured, I suppose. There's not really going to be too much of a change. Anyway, we'll go through these week 9s. We'll start with the champs matchup as always. He plays Cody. He's the home team. I don't care if Cody gets a triple-double. I will win this game.
Yeah, I predict you'll win this one with ease.
Excellent. I'm really looking forward to these next few weeks. I've been spending money out the wazoo, let me tell you. So I'm ready to just take the foot off the gas a little bit. I did make a mistake today. Simmons didn't add today, and I did add. I don't know what I was thinking. I was just really concerned that like Fox wasn't going to play. Drummond didn't end up playing. And then I find out that half a Simmons team isn't playing either. So I did waste $1 today. Damn you, Simmons. Next matchup is your matchup, as I alluded to. You are away at CJ. Cody just beat CJ 9-2. I don't think you're going to have much of a problem this week. Just remember to set those lineups, Joel Gibson.
Yeah, it's a good week for Holiday to have COVID.
Next matchup is going to be Doug at Steven. Again, I just putting these guys back to back. If Steven wants to set his lineups, maybe he can make it interesting. But Doug's line is incredible from the defensive side. I think he's going to win this week with ease, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I have to agree with that.
All right. Now we get into a little bit more exciting matchups. I have Simmons at Kyle here. I just want to make a couple notes. If Kyle doesn't blow up his team, Simmons is really injured right now. And you never know what's going to happen. Kyle doesn't have KD. I think that's kind of going to eliminate him from this, and I'm going to pick Simmons. But it's really interesting to see if Kyle's going to make Simmons cycle or at least try to pull an upset. He did end up losing to Adam 4-6-1. So his team is capable, and Curry's top 5 right now. He can carry just the threes alone. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. I'm picking Simmons, though.
Yeah, I'm picking Simmons, too. The fact that he got Noel to make up the Robinson loss was pretty big. And his team is just better built. It's got good pieces besides, his 3 keepers.
Right. Next two are the next matchup is really going to be Matt at Eric. I think this is going to differentiate where that line is for 7-8. And it's going to give them the tiebreaker. So whichever one of them wins this game, it's really big. Matt got Val back this week. He's still without Paul George, as far as I know. Eric has some injuries as well, so I don't know what's going to happen with that. It concerns me that Matt almost lost to Steven, and Steven didn't set his lineups for like 2 days. That's concerning. Matt's the away team. If Simmons gets the TD, I like Matt far more. But Eric is no joke. I think I'm going to take Eric at home here. Without Paul George, threes are going to be reachable for Eric, and that's not one of his strong categories. Capella is continuing to be an absolute monster. And Bam hasn't been, Bam-ish lately, just for the record. I'm going to take Eric at home, but if Matt gets the triple-double from Simmons or someone, I like his chances a little bit better.
I'm going to disagree. I'm going to take Matt here. I just don't really like Eric's team.
Yeah, that's fair. Steals. That's fair, but you weren't going to pick Eric at all just based on what you two have going between each other, whatever that is. I have no idea what's going on. Oh man, that was funny. Yeah, assists are close. I'm not crazy. If you're looking at these stats, I'm not 100% crazy saying what I said.
Fair enough.
All right, we'll see how it goes. I I don't care either way for that matchup. Whoever wants to play me first round, let's get it. Like I don't care.
It's gonna be a quick death.
Last matchup is probably the most intriguing, if I'm honest with you. It's Adam at Neiman. Now, both of these teams have been putting up incredible lines. A win here from Adam would be absolutely huge. He would have the tiebreaker both with me and Neiman. If he's able to pull off this win, he'll bring Neiman down. So, like, let's say, best case scenario, Adam goes undefeated the rest of the way, right? And Neiman beats me in that matchup. Adam's your number one seed. He's beaten both of us. You know what I mean? It's absolutely huge. If Neiman can end up winning this, and beat me, he'll be your number one seed. So there's a couple different avenues to those top three seeds. Most of it involves me losing to Neiman, and so I don't want that to happen.
We all would like to see that happen, I think.
That being said, I just want to be a full game up on Neiman going into my matchup, just in case Adam should lose again. So I'm going to take Adam away here. I think the Lakers have only 3 games this week. Denver, I am not sure. But anyway, I'm going to pick Adam, and I'm just going to hope for the best. He's putting up great lines. He's putting up a ton of threes. Neiman putting up a ton of threes. We'll see what Neiman's able to put up now with the addition of Harris. I'm going to go Adam away here.
I'm gonna pick Neiman. He's home. He's got Jokic. He's got Braun. Tobias Harris was a good ad. Neiman's team is really good.
Yeah, I know. Maybe I'm just over here living in denial. I just want him to lose. I was very happy when I beat him the first time, and I swear if he's the one that cost me this 1 seed down the stretch, I will be very sad. Other than that, just a reminder, trade deadline is March 1st. That's 2 weeks away? 2 weeks from tomorrow, right?
Yeah, not far off at all.
Not far off at all. They just need to be accepted by the trade deadline, which is March 1st at noon. I will be at work and attentive that day, so even if you can't get to a computer, if I have both of you that can send me a message or just some sort of proof that you're in agreement to the trade, I will manually enter that trade for you. But I need some proof from both parties. It just can't be, oh, Joel's giving me Levine for no reason. All right, those things aren't going to fly, but I'll do my best to help everyone out.
What day of the week is it?
It's a Monday.
Nice.
Monday, and like I said, it's at noon. Yeah, that's really it for me. I've really been enjoying basketball this year in general. I watched Harden last night, and I think these Nets fellas are a pretty good team. Just saying.
Yeah. Any thoughts on Harden is now the point guard? I remember you saying that Harden wasn't a point guard.
I know.
It seems that he is a point guard.
I know. Hey, honestly, it does my argument justice to say that he's the point guard because I don't want to be compared to Wade. We don't need to have this argument every time. So if we want to call him the point guard, you know what? He is the point guard. He is. I am not afraid to say it. He's on my team. This year and next year. I mean, I'm not giving him up. You guys could offer me your whole damn teams at this point, but he will remain on my team for the last 2 seasons of the Keeper League. Yeah, that's it. I'm just really excited. I've been smiling a lot this video, Joel. When you watch it back, I can't stop smiling for some reason. And I'm just very excited.
Son of a bitch. I hate you.
All right, we'll talk to you guys next week. If you have any questions, I'll post an updated list tomorrow. If three-ways are going to be done, reach out to me to see how they're going to happen. Just keep me in the loop as best you can. If you're going to tell me about trades or have questions, I don't share or use any of that information. I'm really good about staying out of stuff like that. So just be honest and tell me what's going on, and we'll get what needs to happen done, okay? Have a good week, boys, and we'll see you next week.
Adios.